Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are back once again with Tru Rewind. This is where we get in a DeLorean. It is me, along with the connoisseur of all reporting, Mr. Romeo Anthony Cologne.
What is up? Anybody having a good day? Good day out there?
It's 2020. We have the supreme dream. This is Drunk Guy JJ.
Yay.
Pop, massive pop for Drunk Guy JJ. But this is where we get in our DeLorean and we go back in time to the beginning of the Monday Night War, and we watch both Monday Night Nitro and Monday Night Raw, and review both shows and decide what was the better show for the week and laugh along to some of the hilarity that was 1995 through the year 2001. We are still in 1995. It is 1 week after In Your House 4, or the following day after In Your House 4. So before we get into anything, this is a reminder to you, drop us a like. Let us know that you enjoy Tru Rewind and enjoy our journey or our pain, as ever you like to call it. And push the subscribe button with the iCard down at the bottom and push the bell to stay notified for more Tru Hill Heat. So Romeo is our quarterback along the way. He is the driver of the DeLorean. Take it away.
Eli Manning.
It is October 23rd, 1995. I made an error the last time we did this head-to-head with the scoreboard. It is tied 3-3. This one is to see who takes the lead.
Oh, this is a big time episode. This is Game 7 of the Monday Night War, and it's pretty late here, and I am a new father, so I'm gonna be eating during this Tru Rewind. I stopped in the DeLorean and I got a taco. So shots out.
I got some applesauce and some Gatorade, so you won't be alone.
Nitro, we'll start with that. Huntsville, Alabama. Go home show for Halloween Havoc. 7,000 in attendance. Only 2,100 paid. Eric Bischoff says, let's get right into the thick of things. Quick intro. We're reminded this is where the big boys play.
Shocker.
Let me take a shot for that. Yes.
That won't be the last time he says that.
Chris Hansen would have had a field day during Nitro at this time. My God.
So many references to big boys. It just never gets old. But my notes for the opening were
what I can't wait for every time.
Of course, it is none other than Steve Mongo McMichaels as we head straight into our first match of the contest, Macho Man Randy, first match of the night with Macho Man Randy Savage versus Kurosawa with Colonel Rob Parker in his corner. We have Mongo. I cannot believe the kind of beating he has taken. This is like a kill haul. And the brain says, a what? That's the first notes that I have of
Mongo meter running wild already.
First
what the
2
fucking
minutes.
fuck?
and yes, he did answer the brain, and he said, "You know when they drag a sailor under a boat?" That's a kill hog apparently.
Jesus Christ.
In this match that SP3 mentioned, Macho has an arm injury. The arm is worked. Macho, very little offense. But the ending comes. Macho does about 2 moves. Elbow drop for the win. 5 minutes, 48 seconds. This is Kurosawa's first loss. He is 9-1. No logic in this booking. Kurosawa weak for losing to little offense, and Macho Man getting beat up for 5 minutes. It's not how you want to start a show in the Monday Night War.
Heading into a pay-per-view match that he's gonna have.
Yeah, I was like, who are they trying to put over here? I was like, this was very awkward. I did mention in my notes that Kurosawa had to scurry into position for the elbow drop and still got in the wrong position for it. So
Mongo, Bischoff, Heenan, they're all talking. Mongo and Pepe, how do you say it? Whatever.
Pepe.
I'm looking dumb.
Pepe.
The little mutt. Yeah.
They are interrupted. Who the fuck is this? This is the gatekeeper of the Dungeon of Doom?
Oh
master.
my god.
It's so fucking confused.
It's the Taskmaster's father.
Father, yes.
Is he supposed to be Thanos? He looked like he had testicles on his chin.
He looked like Lord Zordon from Mortal Kombat, from Power Rangers. You know, remember the movie when he comes out the machine? Ironically, I'm since I'm Ivan Ooze, I would know that because I'm the one that broke the machine and got him like that. So, yeah, I was cracking up. I'm like, when we see like a giant egg, a freezing, whatever the fuck it's called. And at first, well, hold on. I'm going to talk about what I'm about to say. I'll say that for later in the show, which made no fucking sense, by the way, but stupid. Only for them, the lights out, only for them to, who came out? Giant and Taskmaster with Heenan.
And they came out so calmly.
Calmly. It is dark as hell, so how the hell did they even see anything to even make it to the front of the stage like that so fast? But
yeah, this grandma, what is he? The master, whatever.
He's the Taskmaster's father.
That's the long way to say it. What's his name?
Wouldn't he be Taskmaster Master?
He talks about a block of ice and unleashing a Yeti. A lot of incoherent, cartoonish talking. Bischoff says, forget the Nightmare on Elm Street. This is the Nightmare in Huntsville.
I'm sure they've seen plenty of those. And why the fuck would a mummy be in goddamn ice? First of all, that's what threw me off. Well, how would a mummy be trapped in ice? He's a mummy. Wouldn't it be like a tomb or something? What the fuck?
I did put in my notes a little bit of the Giants promo here. He says, Hogan, the red, white, mangled tiger, the biggest cat in the jungle. You're running out of lives, Hogan. He says he is the immortal Giant, and then yeah,
basically that. It was so funny too when he was cutting the promo how he yanked the microphone from Mean Gene. He looked scared as hell. Man looked petrified. I was just cracking up. Poor Mean Gene.
Yeah, that's right. You heard SP3 right. The Giant said he will take Hogan's last life from him, committing murder. By the way, Sullivan has to be one of the worst characters in the history of wrestling. I said it.
Taskmaster, you mean?
Yeah. They still call him Kevin Sullivan, though. It's just a nickname.
Yeah. It's like the Taskmaster is his like nickname.
Oh. Let's move on to the next segment, shall we? It's surely better. Out comes Hulk Hogan, the star of Thunder in Paradise, in his Black Lives Matter gear.
I think you got the Hogans confused, but sure he was not thinking about Black Lives. He was wearing all black.
Not at all. He's like black equals evil. Yeah.
He says after he beats the Giant, he may keep the black look, because everyone knows what a man with black gloves and a black rag on his hand is capable of doing.
I was like, no.
I
was like, damn. I was like, the signs was all there from the start. I was like, damn. I was like, we never listened to his promos. We need to listen. As we get older, we listen better. I'm going to teach you young people watching Tru Rewind.
That's what I'm saying. It goes to show, like, it goes to show how overrated Hogan is. Sorry, guys who like Hogan. I don't care. But it goes to show how overrated he is, because when you think about it, especially during this WCW time, since we've been watching Tru Rewind, a lot of the things he said in his promo are very heel-like. It's not really a face kind of Hogan cutting these promos.
Ever since we started watching, like he has made a gradual heel turn, and it just seems like WCW hasn't got the memo, because from what he says, Giant is the babyface to me.
Exactly. Don Corleone and talking about the what?
The last couple of weeks, they presented him as this delusional character. This delusional character that thinks everyone is against him. Everyone is the problem. I'm not the problem. Everybody else is. Like, it's like, this is your top babyface?
Pitiful.
Hogan takes off the neck brace that he probably hasn't needed since he put it on.
What a waste of space.
Says he's 100%.
Shocker.
And then he says some heel shit. He says Sting, Macho, and Lex are like vultures on his carcass. He accuses Sting of stealing his look. Also calls himself the big dog. Says he will beat them all. Just incoherent rambling.
Basically.
I did catch some of this incoherent rambling, and I think I try to highlight some of the ones that was just like, and I did put a lot of the stuff you've already said. Like, was that a reference to O.J. Simpson? And then I also put, on my back, I carry all these little Hulkamaniacs. So basically, he's saying he carries us as fans. Okay. Even he started off the promo with, even though I walk through the valley of the dungeon of doom, I fear no evil, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, why would they book both of these promos back to back?
Yeah, what was that?
Gotta sell the pay-per-view, guys.
But back to back? Spread the shit out. And then I also put the closing line, which was the most heelish of them all. First, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Once I drag the giant around on my bike, the holster they will trust? How is this a base? How is this a base? You little dogs better get on the porch and decide who has the biggest bark. And I just put, is Hogan a heel already?
Maybe he was precursor to all of this. This is what, October? We don't get up. Well, we don't know what happens down the line, but I'm assuming he turned heel.
I'm thinking about 9 months. There's going to be a drastic change to the career of Hulk Hogan.
I believe that. He's either need to retire or have a career change. So I guess we find out which one happens. And by the way, even after he cut that promo, it looked like fucking Mean Gene jizzed all over himself when he started posing. He's like, oh my God. Oh God. Oh, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with Mean Gene right now? Like, God.
He's like, oh my. He did his best Vince.
Next up, tag team action. Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko versus Eddie Guerrero and Mr. JL. Bischoff says the best athletes from all over the world coming to WCW, where the big boys play.
Shocker.
Damn, man.
I'm out of alcohol. I gotta drink Gatorade, sorry guys.
So to open this tag match, during the entrances, the Brain is going on a long ramble about Hogan sounding delusional, basically, making great points as Bobby the Brain Heenan usually does. So Mongo responds with, "Take it easy over there, kid. You're getting all mangly face. Sit over there and have a heart attack. I might jailbone your chest a little bit, but I ain't giving you mouth to mouth. Don't know where that mouth has been." I was like, Mongo has already got in line with Hogan for LVP with this line.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
By the way, Alex Wright on crutches.
Damn.
I don't know why. Too much dancing?
Maybe something happened on Saturday since we don't watch. Or Fan Zone, or whatever the fuck it was called on Sunday.
WCW Pro.
There we go. WCW Pro.
WCW Pro and WCW Nitro. We're not a Pivy to.
Brain speculates Alex Wright injured his knee trying to emulate the dance moves of one Disco Inferno.
Disco Fever!
Oh, fuck, that wasn't an excuse. That wasn't an excuse to do that, guys. This awesome tag team match is interrupted to show you a meaningless fight in the back between Shark and Scott Norton. Thankfully, they kept the match on a split screen instead of cutting away from it like they did with the Eddie Malenko match a few weeks ago.
So, even if you're a casual or a regular fan, who in the fuck gives two shits about freaking Scott Norton and Shark Quake, whatever the fuck his name was, fighting backstage? It could have been a segment all in by itself and we still would not care. So you mean to tell me you interrupt with pretty much your four great workers in the company at the time to show that? It goes to show how all it did was, of course, every week when they have a match shows how much they cared about the cruiserweight division. But who cares fucking Shark and Scott Norton? Are you kidding me?
But they did save it and said it was a follow-up from the September 11th WCW Nitro when Shark caused Norton his match against Macho Man Randy Savage. It took them a month.
A month and some change to show us something so pointless.
It took them a month, and they decided, let's cut this in between the best match that's going to be on our show. Because people don't want to see good wrestling. They want to see big guys.
They want to see stupid promos. Over-the-top nonsense.
They want to see an iceberg.
Yeah. That's a fucking mummy's inside. Yeah, we don't care about wrestling show. This is where the big boys play. We don't care about talent.
This match ends with Wright tripping Malenko from the outside with his crutch, allowing Mr. JL to follow up with a victory roll pin on Malenko in 9 minutes, 4 seconds, dirty finish.
I did like the match, though. These guys, all four of these guys were athletic throughout. You had a sweet combo, arm drag, and head scissor by Guerrero to both Benoit and Malenko. Yes. Eddie was the star of this match, in my opinion. Eddie really showed out and showed his talent between the ropes in this matchup. So he was the all-star of the four of them. But it was a good match that they tried their best to distract us from.
After the match, Flying Brian Pillman attacks Eddie Guerrero in the aisle. DDT. Mongo alert. Mongo says, get your lawyer and file charges after that one.
Yo.
Next up, Harlem Heat with Sister Sherry. They throw up the Wakanda. Bischoff says, call the hotline where they could talk about in your house. Mongo alert.
You saw me! I'm ready for it. I have this in all capital letters.
Go ahead, you say
it. So Mongo, I heard about that. What you mean, in your outhouse? You need to dig another hole and move that thing. It's starting to stink. And Bischoff said, like my friend John Cougar says, when the walls come crashing down. Jesus Christ. I really hope
that commentary was just as bad as the show, so I guess it made sense.
We see a bunch of white guys with blackface.
They're like a bunch of fucking dorks. TNT WCW. Man, I don't think. So they really thought coming outside like that was cool. They really thought that through, and they were near ringside, looking like a bunch of fucking dorks.
Bischoff was trying his best on commentary to join this LVP race because he was on a roll during this match. He started going in on the Brain when the Brain said he finds Sister Sherry attractive. Like I find Sister any reasonable man watching would have found Sister Sherry attractive. You just try to present her as a heel and stuff, but she's attractive. Why are you calling this guy sick for finding a female attractive?
Well, we know why the tagline where the big boys play, Eric Bischoff, throw that home. It makes all the sense in the world now.
That's right. He does say that after saying that. Oh, fuck. There's one awesome camera shot of Stevie Ray on the turnbuckle just getting booed. Did you notice that? Oh, they were booing shit out of Stevie Ray in Huntsville, Alabama.
I wonder
I
why.
assume they do not like the Harlem Heat in Huntsville, Alabama.
They don't like two Harlem guys that's not from Harlem in Alabama? Wow. I wonder. It's crazy.
I wonder how much they would. I wonder how much they would like them if they knew they were from Houston, Texas.
Probably just about the same.
Sting and Lex come out. Sting and Lex both flinch at their pyro. Sting in the red and yellow to trigger Hulk Hogan.
Yes, I loved Sting in his red and yellow. He was just really trying to poke the bear of paranoid Hogan.
You poke the bear, you're gonna unleash the dragon. Unleash the dragon.
Make us say yeah.
Bischoff says Lex came to WCW like so many other top stars to play where the big boys play. Fuck. 4 times.
I'll make sure next episode I'll have some alcohol with you because this is gonna be fun. This looks fun. This looks very fun.
Drunk guy JJ, of course, used up all his alcohol for the greatest match ever.
He chugged the whole bottle when people actually liked it.
Oh my God! You gotta be kidding! Mongo alert! Mongo alert!
Shocker!
No, not again, Mongo.
Mongo says the only thing that used to scare him was his wife's charge card bill, but that guy sitting up there, yes, I am scared of that. Referring obviously to the gatekeeper, Sullivan's dad, whatever you want to call him, Thanos, Ball-Chin. Brain says we don't even know if he's human. Man, is this an adult show or a kid show?
You gotta remember though, 90s, people were still able to spin their belief a little bit. Towards a late, like good year or two, that's when people were, wanted more real, which you will end up seeing here on Tru Rewind.
I mean, I guess in a way we still do. Chris Statlander's an alien.
Yeah. But I think it was even going on as early as this time. Like we heard the Hogan sucks chants a couple of weeks ago when they were in Chicago, and
it was a reaction tonight.
Yeah, it was a mixed reaction for Hogan tonight. Like really, like the main faces for the company are Sting and Macho Man. Sting and Macho Man, they get universal praise wherever they go. They get the huge pop. And they're treated as superstars, and they don't automatically. Macho Man is a little bit paranoid, but at least he's the smartest guy in the room. Like they have presented Hogan as the most paranoid, delusional human being in professional wrestling. And now he has a damn mummy growing out of an iceberg, getting ready to be the insurance policy against the giant that he has to overcome on Sunday.
This tag team encounter ends with Sherry taking out pictures for her skirt of her and Colonel Parker. She kisses them. Sting wins with a diving clothesline off the top rope on Booker T in 7 minutes 4 seconds.
I just like every Sting match we've seen so far. I just love the fact that he's a white meat babyface that has like the loudest pop of anybody in this company. Like, and it never really died out until they made it die out, pretty much.
I want to say basically.
After the match, Taskmaster and the Giant come down, chokeslam on Lex, chokeslam on Sting. Macho Man comes down trying to save Hogan comes down too. Hogan nicely escorts Macho Man out of the ring so he can have the Giant to himself. The crowd is eating this up. Giant gets the advantage on Hogan. Hogan hooks up. Dungeon of Doom run in. Macho Man finally helps. Big brawl. Security breaks it up. Flashing lights.
Batons, they're bringing out weapons and shit. Like, damn, they must be getting paid double tonight, because I ain't never seen them act like that before. It was acting unusual out there. I was like, oh, okay.
Bischoff says the floor is shaking. The block of ice flashes lights.
Literally nothing was shaking, by the way. But go ahead.
Brain leaves the set.
Smartest man in the room.
The block of ice explodes. A mummy comes out. But Nitro goes off the air.
Off the air.
All in capital letters, I just wrote, holy shit, that was off the rails. Where the fuck am I? That was my last note for this episode.
Mind you, guys, this is also a go home. This is a go home show.
Which leads me to my question. Guys, you're a casual fan. Did WCW sell this pay-per-view to you? Are you going to order if you're a casual fan?
Absolutely not. Seeing a mummy come out of a fucking ice block is enough for me to not want to spend my hard-earned money.
With the 2020 goggles that we have, of course not. But
put your 1995 goggles on.
Exactly. In 1995, I was 7 years old, and I saw a mummy come out before Halloween Havoc. So, and the whole night they pushed this whole Hogan versus Giant. They gave us a little taste of it at the end. I think they built the whole pay-per-view around this one match. They literally did not. Sting was in the ring, and I think they, like, in passing, mentioned his tag match with Flair versus Coleman and Anderson. Like, they didn't mention really the Luger and Savage matches, which they've been pushing as the second biggest thing on this show for weeks now. But they did do a good job of final hyping Hogan versus Giant.
Can I go back a little bit to what you said?
A good point you said, Sid, because you said they didn't even mention the tag match. You have fucking Pillman come out and attack somebody that he's not even saying.
I was just about to say that.
It might be the two big guys, Flair and Arn, are not even on the show. I'm like, wow.
Guys, let's stop talking about this Nitro. Match of the night. I don't think there's any debate. That tag team match with the cruiserweights.
Yep, even Scott Norton and Shark couldn't.
That was the best thing on the show.
MVP I am giving to both Eddie and Chris Benoit. I thought they shined the brightest in that tag team match.
I gave it to Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero is my MVP this week.
Eddie did his thing in that match. Nice little showcase from
All right, just fuck the child murderer. LVP, this might be unanimous too. I don't know. There's some candidates. I'm going to go Hulk Hogan. Again.
Hulk Hogan. Only because he's the big star heading into that match trying to get people hyped to see that, and he did not. By any means.
That's just at least 2 weeks in a row with incoherent rambling.
Pointless rambling.
Maybe more.
And then we'll get that in the Halloween Havoc review, but it will only make sense anyway, the way Hogan's rambling promos would lead to. But what's your LVP?
Can't fucking wait.
Well, Romeo had co-MVPs. I got co-LVPs for the most delusional man in the room, Hulk Hogan. And once again, after weeks off, even though we had the meter, Steve Mongo McMichael.
No, he fucking deserves it.
He showed out this week.
He has no meter now, so I don't even choose him anymore.
He showed his ass this week, though. He had me rewinding to catch some of the stuff he was saying during this particular episode of Monday Nitro.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Mongo meter, awful again. 8 out of 8 shows, 100%.
100.
Dirty finish counter. We had one tonight. That's 15 and 9 shows.
And a shocking turn of events because it was actually the dirty finish and the best match. It really happened that much.
Let's put our thumbs out.
Oh, easy.
I'm going to count it down. Still going to count it down. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up or thumbs down. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs down.
I was so bewildered by that final segment. I actually put thumbs up in my notes, but that's definitely a thumbs down show. I think I was so bewildered because my final note was, "Where am I?" So I think that's why I was like, well, it made me feel something very powerful to the fact that I don't even know where I'm at, and I'm in my home. But okay,
let's go to fucking Raw.
That's what I said.
What you said?
I said it.
No, come on. All right, guys. Monday Night Raw. Live. Oh, shit. From Brandon, Manitoba, Canada. 2,000 fans in attendance for this taping. The intro has another theme change. This is the third Raw theme in 6 Raws.
They're ridiculous with this.
Yeah, I ain't never seen many theme changes in my life, especially on Raw.
By the way, me being the detailed reporter that I am, I noticed King Douglas is now in the intro, scraping his hands across the chalkboard, and there's also a new edition of Doc Hendricks dancing.
That aged well to both things.
That's Doc dancing.
SP3, these Raws be having you dancing, man. and the Nitros, who am I kidding? Both shows got you dancing.
The over-the-top dance moves of the 90s is just entertaining to look back on.
Absolutely.
We start the show with a battle royal. The winner gets a title shot versus the IC champion, the new IC champion, Razor Ramon. Sid did a promo, inbox promo. I need captions because the music was louder than his voice.
Absolutely, and he whispers in all his promos. I'm the master in ruler world.
And then you got loud ass overhyped Marty Jannetty next, so it was like, man, night and day. MJ's going to win the battle royal.
The Rockers have some of the best music ever. Can I just say that?
Let's ask our theme song expert over here.
Yeah, it was a Bobski.
Bobski?
Absolutely.
It's a Bobski.
Absolutely a Bobski.
That's how we judge it. Bobski or no Bobski. The final 4 in the battle royal are Marty Jannetty, Savio Vega, Jean-Pierre Lafitte, and Owen Hart. Marty dumps Savio and JPL. Owen takes a crazy bump running towards the ropes, almost gets his knee destroyed. British Bulldog interferes after Marty Jannetty bullies Cornette on the outside with his tennis racket.
Oh man, tell me about that. So you don't get eliminated, mind you. Marty doesn't get eliminated. They let him.
He goes through the second rope.
He is not eliminated, and he's circling the fucking ring trying to go after Jim Cornette. Get back in the ring. So when British Bulldog whooped his ass, that's exactly what he got. Being fucking stupid.
Guys, we can't even have a battle royal without a dirty finish. Like, come on. Owen Hart wins in 15:54, and I was about to say, Owen Hart's theme is a Bobski.
Absolutely.
Any notes on this battle royal? Owen Hart winning. Do you like Owen Hart being #1 contender for Razor Ramon?
Owen Hart, absolutely. Not being biased. That's not me. But absolutely.
I'm very happy Owen Hart won this one. As soon as I saw the participants in the match, I was like, I don't want to see Razor versus anyone but Owen Hart. So he carried the matchup. He deserved to win. And I loved the promo afterwards.
King hits him with the somewhere his Jurassic Park parents must be.
I was like, yo, Owen is that much of a dick. He allows Jerry to insult his parents.
I guess Owen didn't like his parents at the time anyway, right? Anyways, right? Because they like Brett more.
Yeah, he's a little mad about them being Brett being the favorite. So
I wrote down Owen Hart is just one of the all-time goats at boasting about bragging how great they are.
Absolutely.
He really is.
And of course, he says he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever was.
I clapped for this. And I put the clapping emoji in my notes as well. But I clapped for it when I was watching. I was like, I love the fact he used the line. Man, Jim Cornette could be so much better utilized with anyone else in this company. Because Owen Hart does not need Jim Cornette.
At all.
And a nice little plug for WrestleMania, the arcade game.
Marked out. Man, what a game. What a fucking game, man.
Graphics ahead of its time. In your house highlights, and I get pretty annoyed here. Vince McMahon defends Diesel's pie face of Brett as an instinctive maneuver.
Yes, my first instinct is to assault somebody.
When I bumped into him.
But then says that Bulldog slapping Brett was a cheap shot. Come on, Vince.
I was like Vince out here doing his best Laura Ingraham ham, and telling British Bulldog to shut up and dribble, and Diesel has a right to his opinion.
Todd Hendricks gives us a wild card match preview for Survivor Series.
Oh, Jesus.
This match is such a troll job by Gorilla Monsoon, our relative, our family member,
Our uncle.
This shit is hilarious. It's HBK, Sid, Bulldog, and Ahmed Johnson. Dean Douglas, Yokozuna, Owen Hart, and Razor Ramon. What a mix.
I love it though. The wild card is one of my fondest memories as a kid when it comes to Survivor Series. This was the first Survivor Series I remember being memorable to me, honestly, as a kid.
We see Bob Backlund campaigning in Canada, a place that can't vote for him.
Well, also you gotta go to when Doc with his telepathic or telekinesis, what the fuck you want to call it. He's like, wait, who's in the crowd? How the fuck would Doc Hendricks know who's in the goddamn crowd in Canada when you're in some goddamn fan zone or whatever they were calling it? I'm like, oh man.
Quick Ahmed Johnson promo.
My job here on Tru Rewind, my mission is to interpret Mr. Ahmed Johnson. So Ahmed Johnson said, Survivor Series. Sean, don't even sweat it, G. I got your back. Sid, Bulldog, you think you for 1 minute you gonna play the tag game? You not gonna be there for us. Brother, I will show you the true meaning of medieval.
Much better when you do it. You're in charge of all Ahmed Johnson promos.
Sid is taking on a difficult task. Man, you got Mongo.
But I believe in him.
Now Ahmed Johnson. Sheesh, Sid.
I believe in him.
You're a better man than me. Better man than me.
Hey, do you guys want to see a shitty debut?
Yes, kid.
Let's do it. Fucking Avatar, a.k.a. Al Scrub.
A.k.a. Leaf Cassidy. A.k.a. what the fuck?
I was like, I've heard people call this one of the worst debuts ever. But my, oh my, this was bad.
And then he comes out, by the way, with a mask in his hand, only to go in the ring to put the fucking mask on. What was the point?
I literally couldn't stop laughing at that. I was like, what was the point?
Goofy fucking gear. By the way, King Clown's avatar says he should wear the mask 24 hours a day. He's fighting some jabroni. The jabroni ends up looking way better than he does.
He does. he does.
Brian Horrocks, some shit like that. I don't remember his name.
No, Brian Walsh.
Walsh.
Brian Walsh. Yeah.
This match is awful. Botches, crickets in the crowd. Shit finisher. Stands on the guy's stomach and jumps for a splash.
Yo.
Avatar wins in a very, very painful 2 minutes 33 seconds. He takes off the mask and Vince McMahon says, "Oh, he's a nice looking man."
Like you didn't just see his face when he got to the ring, but okay, I digress.
Jesus Christ, that was one of the worst debuts that I've ever seen.
And did you guys hear the
10.
frustration in Vince McMahon's voice on commentary?
I hate this.
This was getting tight.
What a waste. What a waste, pal.
Barry Lubinsky had a merch advent for the Brett and Sean cutouts, and then Lawler they kicked it over. No. More importantly, they kicked it over to Lawler, and he said Owen can bring pride back to the Hart family because Bret Hart is a disgrace. I just love when Lawler shits on Bret. And Goldust will make his Raw debut next week against Savio Vega.
Bertha Faye with Harvey Wibbleman versus Alundra Blaze for the Women's Championship.
Bertha Faye with the Bobski, by the way. What a song. Love that song. I was like,
what?
Why does it sound so Bertha Faye? It's almost like Mr. Wonderful, but like for the women, you know? Their sound is so good.
Nah.
That was a great. I'm gonna listen to it once this is done. Actually, that was so good. It reminded me. That was good.
Jesus Christ, you really do like every theme song.
Not every. I didn't like Alundra Blaze's theme.
What?
It was much better than Bertha Faye's.
Yeah. Bertha Faye was fire, yo.
By the way, this is Bertha's first title defense since she won it at SummerSlam 2 months ago.
Ouch.
From Alundra Blaze.
First time we seen her too.
King immediately jokes about her weight.
Ironically, though, when she was walking to the ring, a kid in the front row called her fat. So, anyway. Hey, Bertha, you're fat.
This match ends with Faye running into Harvey on the apron. Alundra hits a German suplex.
So nice, too. So
beautiful.
Still a dirty finish.
Oh, God.
Alundra, new champ, 6 minutes, 41 seconds. Faye chases Harvey to the back. Alundra celebrates. Fun fact. This is sadly the last time the Women's Championship gets defended on Raw. And I want you guys to guess for how long. When is the next time the Women's Championship is defended on Raw?
1998.
Drunk guy.
99.
1998 is correct. Absolutely pathetic.
And mind you, this ironically, people always want to go to the Trish and Lita match being the first Raw Women's main event. These ladies main evented the show.
They did.
You're absolutely right.
They went out with a bang.
Exactly.
They weren't the last segment, but they were the last match.
Yeah, last match of the night.
Thoughts on this match? Or this disgrace that the Women's Championship is not defended for 3 more years?
I mean, it all makes sense. Like what we're about to witness as this Monday Night War, the next shot in this Monday Night War is gonna be struck, and this is kind of the warning sign. This is the warning sign right here. This is the first time you have the women's title on your show in 2 months. You give it a slot, and then you very quickly move away from it. You don't even get really Alundra Blaze celebrating with her new women's championship. Even Vince, he kind of announced it, and he didn't even like say she was the new champion.
Like, meh. Like, oh, she won, meh.
Let's get to Shawn.
Shawn Michaels and Jim Ross sit-down interview. Shawn throws a slight pity party by saying he got jumped by 9 guys in Syracuse. That kind of stuff just sort of happens to me. Very, very, very Kyle Barber of him, I would say.
Oh, man.
Jesus. Really?
If you know, you know.
Yeah, you know. And he says he hasn't slept in days. Sean, not I.
I am sure he hasn't slept in days for other reasons. Especially in 1995. I am more than sure. He's here for a good time, not a long time.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Fuck. This line is so funny. JR brings up the wild card match. Sean says they might as well tag me with my buddies from Syracuse.
Sean mentioned that he had to get this one in. He calls Dean Douglas overrated during this promo.
Yes, he did. Just shit on him. Just completely shit on him. Like, he wasn't worthy of getting the belt. He shouldn't have got it that way. He's overrated. Razor couldn't be a better champion. Like, god damn, just kill this guy. Like,
I was like,
kill this guy.
I was like, way to bury him. Okay, you don't want to verse him.
Sean ends this by saying he can either sit home and cry or come out and be in pain. He tells us he's all cried out.
Okay, Mary J. Blige.
And we go back to Lawler and Vince, and Lawler is fake crying.
Yo, I was like, Lawler Owens. I was like, perfect response by Jerry.
Any other notes before we wrap up this Raw?
Don't be silly, wrap that willy.
I know we usually do this at the beginning and the end of these videos, but please drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, because if we ain't doing this for you, for your enjoyment, I don't know.
Literally not ours, trust me.
I don't know what we're doing.
That's part of the shows have been our reviews. I'm just going to say it.
Don't know. This was the roughest week of any of our reviews so far.
Yeah, well, minus the pay-per-views.
Minus the pay-per-views.
Match of the night. Drunk guy.
Battle Royal.
SB3.
I agree, the Battle Royal.
Damn, I'm going to give it to Bertha and Blaze.
Nah.
Yeah. Lunda Blaze was good in it.
Nice.
Yeah, I just named Bertha because she was in the match. MVP, I'm going to keep it in the same direction. Alundra Blaze, MVP. Main eventing Raw in 1995 as a woman.
Female.
Give her credit. Oh, female? Oh, boy. Way too soon.
I'm going to go.
Who's your MVP?
Oh.
I'll go with Alundra Blaze. Like you said,
SB3.
a female main eventing is pretty dope.
A
And
woman.
she got the belt right back.
I feel that, like I said, this is a warning shot before a bigger shot where she will be more honorable and more valuable to the overall show. So I'm going to save that for Miss Blaze. So my MVP is the King of Hearts, Owen Hart. Great promo. Owned the Battle Royal, the best match on the show, and won. And next week, he's going to have probably another good match with Razor Ramon.
LVP, I have the debuting Avatar.
I have co-LVPs tonight. That being Avatar and easily Marty Jannetty. If his dumb ass would have just got back in the ring, he would have been no more contender. Oh, we didn't even talk about the finish. You just got beat up. Why do you get back in the ring and run all the ropes in a battle royal? What sense does that make?
Who knows? Marty did not look the greatest here, but I'm going to agree with Romeo, and I'm going to go with the worst debut in Monday Night Raw or in Tru Rewind history yet.
Yeah, we might see worse. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we might see worse, but this is the worst.
We will see worse.
The worst debut so far. I'm going with Avatar.
Marty must have thought them ropes were 20-year-olds.
Ooh.
Damn.
Dirty finish counter. We had 2 tonight. That's 12 and 8 shows. Thumbs out. We're going to count this down. 3, 2, 1. Unanimous. Once again. Thumbs down. Guys, we have a problem. This is the first Tru Rewind.
We are going with the Batista effect right now.
Six thumbs down. Guys, they were both thumbs down shows, but do you have a clear winner on which show was at least better? The better shit. The better turd.
Yeah, it's Raw. Raw was better.
SB3?
I'm gonna go because it made me laugh more. Nitro.
Fuck, that's a lot of pressure on me, guys. I'm gonna side with SB3 just because it was funnier.
It was
Funnier.
funny.
It was a funnier.
It was funnier for the wrong reasons, guys.
But if they're both trash shows, the one that entertained you the most should win. And Nitro entertained me more. Like, Raw was boring. That's why it's a thumbs down show. At least Nitro.
Go ahead.
I was like, at least Nitro, a lot of things happened. A lot of it was ridiculous and was head shaking, and it just had me palm my head. But at the end of it, it made me ask, where am I? So if it has that much an effect on me, it deserves my crown.
And it did have the best match of the night, at least.
Yeah. Then you gotta make me think about my decision. I'm just gonna stick with it. It's fine.
That's all right. Stick with it. So Nitro takes the lead on the Tru Rewind scoreboard, 4-3. Guys, let's also do the TV ratings real quick. Raw last week did a 2.6. Nitro last week did a 2.2. I'll start with SB3. What do you think Raw did?
2.6.
JJ.
It's coming off the pay-per-view, so 2.7, 2.8. Just say 2.7.
SB3 is closer. It was a 2.2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The pay-per-view did suck. Never mind. At that time, we don't understand. Yeah.
Also true.
And for Nitro, last week a 2.2. This week, Drunk Guy.
2.3.
SB3.
2.6.
SB3 nailed it. 2.6.
God damn it.
You just have to go to reverse. That's been the theme of these first couple of weeks.
Exact reverse number.
It's always the reversal. Like, it's always going back. If one got 2.2 last week, the other gets 2.2 this week, the other got 2.6. Huh?
Goddamn channel flippers, man. Stop changing the damn channel.
On the rating scoreboard, WWF is up 3-2 with 2 ties.
There's 2.5 or 2.6 million wrestling fans watching, along with us in our DeLorean. So if you enjoyed this video, give us a like, give us the thumbs up, make sure you make us know that we enjoy these Tru Rewinds because we are suffering for your enjoyment. And as well, it helps the YouTube channel, helps the other wrestling fans like yourself discover this Tru Hill content. So, for the connoisseur...
Hold on. Tell them what episode is next.
Oh, yes. Episode 12, we go into one of the worst wrestling shows of all time. WCW Halloween Havoc 1995 as Hulk Hogan defends the WCW Championship against the Giant, as well as he will have a sumo monster truck match on the top of the building.
The man becomes the machine, and then the machine becomes the man.
And there will be a mummy who came out the iceberg on Nitro. He will be on the show. He is the insurance policy for the Giant. Yes, there's a...
I'm losing my smile before this is all over, man.
Say it how they say it. The Yeti.
So I hope you join us back next Monday.
And who will be our special guest?
Yes, we will have a very, very special guest, the True Draw. He was our special guest host on True Heat 77, as well as WWE Backlash 2020 pay-per-view roundtable. He is back. It is Heel Guerrero, Josh. He will return and he will join us.
You mean
We're
Jomo?
done suffering alone.
Jomo?
Yes.
Jomo is joining us?
Oh God! Don't you start that.
Jomo makes his return.
Yes, the rivalry of Josh versus Drunk Guy JJ returns, and it will be a part of WCW Halloween Havoc 1995 on episode 12 of Tru Rewind. Also, you'll see right here, there's the playlist. You can go back and watch all the past Tru Rewinds. So, for the connoisseur of all reporting, Mr. Romeo Anthony Colon. For the Supreme Dream, Drunk Guy JJ. It is me, your True Hail Phenom SP3. Push the subscribe button and the bell to stay notified, and we'll see you next time on Tru Rewind.